Well, miraculously, that seems to have worked. What do you know about that?
Our store is closed. Please visit us again. Our store is closed. Please visit us again. Our store is closed. Please visit us again. Our store is closed. Please visit us again.
Out of luck. I gotta find a cup of coffee someplace. It's actually Christmas Day, the only day of the year where pretty much everything is closed. But if I recall from last year, McDonald's was open. So let's give them a try, shall we?
What drink?
Let me have a large latte, please.
Any flavor or just plain?
Just plain.
Anything else?
That's it, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, thank you.
Thank you.
You know, for a lot of people, Christmas Day is a very lonely day, and it can't help matters that pretty much everything's closed and nobody's around. It looks like a ghost town. Although I see cars over in the distance in that parking lot, so something must be open there. Probably the Safeway, I'm guessing. McDonald's is in front of me. Anyway, I thought I would start this video off with a quote that I heard off of another YouTube channel on the internet. Many people die with their music still in them. Why is this so? Too often it's because they are getting ready to live. Before they know it, time runs out. Oliver Wendell Holmes. I think people have a fear of failure, and really the thing to remember is you've got to keep a perspective on it. Nobody wins all the time. If you look at professional sporting teams in any sport, whatever your favorite sport is, it's very rare for there to be a team that's undefeated, that's like extraordinary in a season in pretty much all sports. In some sports, there's never been a team that's had an undefeated season because they have so many games that it's impossible. You're going to have a bad day, a bad game. Even with sports where they might play 2 games in a day or something, they may win one, lose one. So, in reality, you're never going to win every game in there. In baseball, for example, when you go up batting 1,000 is you hit every ball. You get on base at least on every ball. Well, if you're like around, say, 250 or more, certainly if you're 300 is like extraordinary. I don't think anybody even has that now. Back in the 20s, there were some baseball players that actually had a 400 or over a 400 batting average. But that was way back, and now the competition's too tight, too heavy for anybody to get that good at it. But so at any rate, if you're batting 250 or say 300, that means that you're only hitting, or you're only getting on base 30% of the time. You're failing 70% of the time. That is good. So that's perspective. If you're in a class and you take a class, you get 70%. That's a C. That's supposed to be average. You get 90%. You have an A. That's really good, right? But you're still, if you're getting an A, you're still missing like 10% of the time. So you're going to miss a certain percentage of the time. So whenever you try something, you're going to fail a certain amount of the time. A lot of times I think we just need to kind of go ahead and do things and try it out and just adjust as we're going on, because you learn the most from your failures. So, for example, Thomas Edison, he invented the light bulb. And when he invented it, he needed to find a filament, which is the thing in the center of an incandescent light bulb that lights up, it glows. He needed to find a filament that was the best filament, that would last the longest. So he tried, I think, over 1,000 different things. Like, he tried cotton, he tried, cloth, he tried bamboo. He tried everything that he could try until he found the filament that would last the longest. And so he kept on trying. He failed 999 times. But the one time that was the best filament, he succeeded. So even though he had invented the bulb and used, I'm not sure what he used for the original bulb as a filament, the filament didn't last that long. And so he needed to find a filament that would last longer. So he succeeded initially, but in a sense he failed because, you know, the bulb would last, say, like a couple of hours or a day or something, and it would burn out, and that's impractical to produce something like that. So he went and he kept on trying and trying and trying until he succeeded. So if you go by Edison, and I know we're using LED light bulbs now and compact fluorescent light bulbs, and we're phasing out the incandescent, but there's still incandescents around. So for over 100 years, people were using his light bulb. That was what was lighting everything up for 100 years. Now that's success, but he didn't stop. He kept on improving the invention, trying to find the better filament. So when you have an idea or you want to do something, go out and try it. Even if it's on a small scale. Go out, see what doesn't work, and then see what works, and make the process better, make whatever you're doing better. And that's kind of just my message for today's vlog. I'm actually going out. I'm going to be taking some photographs. I've been taking a bunch of photographs on film and having them digitized, and that's something I'm working on. So I'm testing things. So I'm kind of like Thomas Edison. I'm testing different films, different cameras. I just got a newer camera. I tested that yesterday, sent out a roll. We'll see if it actually works, if the camera's actually working, because it's an older camera, because they don't they only make like one SLR, which is single lens reflex with through the lens viewing. They only make one camera still, and that's the Nikon F6, and it's like $2,000, and I don't need or want a $2,000 camera. So I got to use Nikon F100 that I'm testing out. So we'll see how that works. I got another Nikon. I got an F4, which is an older camera, and I tested that out. It didn't work. I had to send it back. And but I'm actually getting another F4 too. I have it coming in the mail. I'm waiting for that. And we'll see how that works too. Got another lens coming too. Testing the new equipment I'm getting. I'm testing the current black and white films that they have, and we'll see how the different black and white films work and which ones that I settle on is the best. I already kind of know which ones I want from the past, but there are a few newer black and white films that I never tried before that I want to try out, and so I'll see how that goes. I'll see what I like. I'm Mungo Darkmatter, and this has been Dark Matters, and whatever you do, enjoy the day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.